Last week, Smoke and John continued with our overhead storage, and we had a test fitting of our Windows template from Senna Windows. We also started to destroy my current driveway to make place for something that a bus could negotiate one day when we bring Meraai home. This week is another roller coaster of ups and downs. Inside, our build and look is coming along very nicely, so that is a big up. I finally get to BG Engineering to collect Meraai's 500 kilogram heart, and hopefully we can set our sights on moving forward in the engine department. Or not. All this and so much more in episode 68 of A Dream Called Meraai. It is a new week, it is a new day, and yes, there will be challenges. Now on that challenge thing, I just want to pick up on something that some oak posted on one of the social media groups that I share the videos to. He said, if you're so frustrated, why don't you just dump the thing? Why didn't you just buy a ready-made vehicle? Because brew, what fun would that be? And frustrations are part of life, and this is a journey. There's a reason why we're doing this. Since when have I ever taken the easy road? So that's why we're doing this, and yes, we're going to get frustrated, and I'm going to get even more frustrated. Little did I realize just how prophetic those words would be. Right, moving on. This week, hopefully we have got something to report on our engine, a source of great frustrations, but and inside things are moving along very nicely, so let's get cracking. Let's start this week with some long-awaited news regarding our engine. The wait is nearly over, and soon this space will be filled with a throbbing 500 kilogram heart that has given me a few sleepless nights.
They've rebored already the pistons, pushing the pistons in today, and then putting the head back, and then you can come and collect it, or we can go and fetch it.
What happens then? You put the whole thing together here, or how does it work?
We're going to just assemble all the other parts here, and then we're going to put it inside. Okay. That we can see where it is and how much space we've got around it.
The day we fire her up is getting closer. This vehicle that was designed to carry 26 passengers will be a step closer to being Mariki and my's dream on wheels. I have just had a conversation with our mate Anthony from BG Engineering, and I can collect our motor tomorrow. So hopefully that is the case, but we will see tomorrow.
Thinking about tomorrow.
In the meanwhile, Smoke and John has moved across to a gentler medium for his artwork, that medium being wood, specifically birch ply and marine ply. So Smoke and John has taken our interior overhead storage one step further, and what he's done is welded a lip along the front of the framework. That's so that when you open these things, nothing sort of licksums out and falls on the floor and breaks like expensive bottles of wine or whiskey. We don't want that to happen. With the framework done, Smoke and John starts to measure and cut the 12mm marine ply out for the base of the overhead cupboards. Then he proceeded to nearly scalp himself. Take a look at just how close his flowing locks are to being grabbed by the jigsaw and ripped from his head. Your hair nearly got caught in that thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
How did you see that?
I was watching, I was waiting for it to happen. It would have made a good shot, yeah.
No.
We already have plenty of insulation, so no need for Smoke and John's hair to be added to the mix. Now one can see just how much storage these overhead lockers will provide. East Coast Scratch and Den's boss fella Bram has decided to use the PVC sheeting to line the inside of the cupboards, and it is a great call. Flexibility of the panels will allow us to follow the roof contours perfectly. One thing we have to work out is how to protect one's head against the sharp edges of this framework, and obvious thing would be to make something nice and round there. So Bram found this, which is a PVC edging, and it fits very nicely there, and we can paint it whatever color we want. However, you try and find this stuff, bro. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I shopped high and low until I found a PVC fencing shop that sold this stuff. And this stuff is this stuff. So yeah, just cut in half. And the guys who do the fencing said they will cut it for us. So that's gonna solve the problem of broken brains when you bang your head against the side there. The engine issue has been one of the most challenging by far, and something I presumed was our most cost-effective part of the build has turned out to be pretty costly. It was not without trepidation that I navigated the steep entrance to BG Engineering. Inside there was a veritable mountain of engine blocks wrapped in cling wrap like giant takeaways, waiting to be collected by their owners. However, I would have to wait a little longer.
Yeah, the block has been rebored, and we're busy fitting the pistons now, so we can do the tops, pre-top the pistons.
Okay.
Cam bearings have been fitted, and yeah, we're almost ready for action.
Nearly ready, but not quite. I'm still hoping to bring her in this episode. But yeah, I'll get Bram and his oaks to come fetch it. Damn it, man. At least we knew everything was on track, and at last were close to being able to start designing our driver's cabin now that the engine would soon be installed. I arranged to meet with Damien, our auto electrician, the next morning, as he needed to do a final check of all our electrical components. So yesterday I was told our motor is still not ready and that I can fetch it today. I'm going to phone the guys at BG Engineering to make sure before I go there. I did check the last time and they did say it was ready, and I got there and it wasn't, but anyway. Damien behind me is busy just going through everything electrical, but everything, and it's a whole lot of stuff. Okay, let's do a little show and tell here. This box is full of all the wires and clips and fasteners and fuse things and what the Damien needs. Here we have got my alternator, which is a mama of an alternator. This is my blower, which will be going for the fan inside, and that's a center unit to go in the dash. Window washer system with 2 pumps. That's another one with the nozzles and all. All my gauges, and a big nice speedo. Here we've got tire pressure monitoring system and a reverse parking sensors, backup alarm, my headlights, mean headlights, ignition and a start-stop button, spotlights, Huda, all these little USB input switches, hazard switches, running lights, tail lights, indicator lights, warning lights, running lights, sound system, aerial, little lights, a whole lot of stuff. Damien was going through my smorgasbord of goodies, and I did a quick call to BG Engineering to see if I could come through. At that point, the world fell out of my bottom. Okay, I'm about to have a serious sense of humour failure. I just phoned BG Engineering and I've been told there is a problem with the engine. I've been told now that the pistons are too long. I have spent a fortune on this motor. We've rebored it. So I personally think we've screwed up a perfectly good engine and we now got something that doesn't work. And according to Anthony, the pistons are too long. So, yeah. I was beyond freaked out and headed home to my destroyed garden that was being hammered while we built a huge parking bay for a bus with no engine. In my opening link of this insert, I mentioned a comment somebody made on social media regarding my frustrations, and they said, well, if you're frustrated, why don't you just drop it and buy a ready-made vehicle? And I said no, because this is what we want to do. Well, I tell you what, that brother may have had a point the way I'm feeling right now. And because this is just going on and on and on, and it's really, it's soul destroying. And I hate to end an insert on a downer, so I won't. Because what has happened is Bram, and he said to me, never fear when the Red Baron is near. He went off to our mate at BG Engineering. What happened is, you remember those pistons right up front about 6 to 8 weeks ago? They were the wrong ones. The guy sent us to Joburg. We got other ones. We came back. The ones that we went up to Joburg were actually the right ones. And the ones we replaced it with were the wrong ones. So Bram chatted nicely to the man and he's going to fix it. So I'm ending this on a happy note, but we still don't have an engine. But that's it, hey? Look after yourselves and keep safe. Remember to like us on Facebook and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You will find us under A Dream Called Meraai. Until next time, keep your dreams alive.